Dear participants, welcome to the We Team Leadership Conference held for the very first time in Malaysia. For the next 3 days, we will go through the basic training program of We Team International, and it gives me great pleasure to present to you the trainer, the key speaker for this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present to you Mr. Jose S. Fabregas.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad you could make it. This is a very exciting time. Thank you. I'd like to start with our first module in the basic training program. And before I give the title, I would just like to say that this industry has been alive for a very, very long time, okay? Since 1959, when a company in America started it, to this day I look up to the founders and the owners of this company, and they started this wonderful industry. However, there have been many, many people who have failed in this industry. There are many people that have succeeded and made lots of money. And I'm sure you've heard of these people. I'm sure you've heard them you've read of them in magazines, okay? You've heard their tapes. You've heard people talking about them. You've read about them in all the industry magazines. But, okay, let's be real tonight, okay? And that's one thing I'm going to have to ask, okay? Can I speak the truth tonight? Yes. Okay, many, many times, especially in this module, I'm going to be talking about things and subjects that strike straight into your activities and your heart. Not really. I don't have that much time with you. We only have until Saturday. You know, I wish we could be here for a week. There's so many activities. But again, because of so little time, I'm going to have to ask your permission to be able to speak the truth to you people. Is that okay with you guys? Is anybody going to be offended? No. We're here to learn, right? And part of learning is identifying a problem. Okay? So I'm going to be speaking the truth, most especially in this module. Okay, getting back to what I was saying, yes, there have been many successes, but there have also been many, many failures in this business. Okay, let's be real. Let's not hide issues that are real to a lot of people. Many, many people have come into this industry with their hopes and their dreams up here and have never really gotten their businesses off the ground, their organizations off the ground. I'd like to examine why. Okay, I'd like to examine why these people didn't succeed. I've been looking at these examples for a long time. Early in my career in this business, I also lived up to these examples that I'm going to be showing you. But fortunately, I had a good teacher, a good leader who taught me the right things. Okay, so I'd like to go over them. And I basically call this the 8 reasons why people fail in this industry. Okay, 8 of what I feel and the rest of us in the V team feel are the main reasons why people fail in the industry. There probably are more, okay, but I'm sure if you examine them, sooner or later you'll find that they're tied up to these 8. Now all of these are important. I didn't really put them down in order of importance, okay. Admittedly, there's maybe 1 or 2 that you may find more important than somebody else seated beside you. But nevertheless, all of these points are important. So let's go first to number 1. One of the main reasons why people fail in this industry is they don't take the business seriously. They think that this is a small-time business. They think that this is something that, you know, housewives do, or people who have nothing else to do with their lives do. Okay, how many were in that boat before? Okay, that's how I used to look at this. You can do it. You got nothing better else to do. Okay, this is way, way back when I was much, much younger. Okay. They think that this business is a small-time concern, okay? Now, I had been in traditional business before I got involved in this wonderful industry. And my financial auditor in my business was a covenant brother of mine, and he was also my financial advisor. And as you will see over the next 2 or 3 days, I'm a bit I'm a bit lively at times and aggressive, and I like to, I like to be at the forefront. I like to do things. So I was always looking at new businesses to invest in. And I remember, as financial advisor, we made a deal that before I do anything, I would give him a call. Okay, so I remember calling him many, many times saying, "Hey, Mon, I have a fantastic business that I can get into. I have a very good business that we can get into." And I still remember his voice up to this day over the phone telling me, "Joe, all businesses are good, okay, as long as you manage them properly. All businesses can be profitable as long as you manage it properly. Okay, you can sell peanuts, literally, you can sell peanuts, okay, and still make still make a lot of money." I mean, evidence to the fact is that when you go into a 7-Eleven store, right, are there people, are there bags of peanuts that you can buy? I mean, do you think these people sell these peanuts for a loss? They're making money doing it. Okay, so yes, literally, even selling peanuts. I know somebody in the Philippines. I know of somebody in the Philippines who owns a sari-sari store. Sari-sari store in Malaysia would be, I think the Indonesians understand it, a store where you can buy everything. If you go to the Philippines, almost on every street corner, okay, you will see these little stores that have a hodgepodge of goods, all dumped together for, for the people to come in and buy. And he doesn't think this is a small-time business. Okay, his name is Henry C. Okay, he owns the Mega Mall chain, the Shoemart Mega Mall chain. And there's about, 14, 15, 16 all over the Philippines. Okay, I heard that, but he owns a sari-sari store. But he just took the business very, very seriously. Okay, so there is no such thing as a small-time business. Only a small-time businessman. Okay, any business can be a big business as long as you manage it properly and take it seriously. Most people don't treat the Gold Quest opportunity as a business. Okay, and this is sad because many, many times I know people that have lost out simply because they didn't take the business seriously. Okay. Now why? Let's think. Why do people not take this business seriously? People think that to qualify as a business, you need large capital. Isn't that what we think? Right? When you think of, I'm going to set up my own business, okay? Oh, you're thinking of 100,000 ringgit, or I don't know, 20, 30,000 US dollars to set up either a food stall or a bakery or a dress shop or a video shop. That's what most people recognize and accept as a quote-unquote business, correct? Okay, that's how we were taught in school. That's the way we were brought up. So when somebody comes to us and shows us an opportunity where we can earn business type of income, okay, which you can in Gold Quest and many, many other companies, because the capital requirements are so small, okay, people don't recognize it as a business. They don't treat it as a business. Many, many times, people don't treat this opportunity with respect simply because the only thing that you have to do to get started in the business is make the purchase of a coin or a coin set. Now, does that seem like an act of doing business? No, it's like going into the store and buying a TV set or going and buying a pair of shoes or a necktie. It's the same thing. You just buy a gold coin. However, because of the opportunity and the marketing plan, you're also able to go out and through the referral program, okay, earn a very decent income. And believe me, some of the incomes are decent. Yes or no? Many people participating in this business, okay, have the frame of mind that goes something like this. I'll try it. If the business does well, I'll take it seriously. How many have ever heard that before? Huh? From your friends, okay, I'll try it. If it explodes, right, then I'll take it seriously. We used to think that way before. Okay, great. That's fantastic. No, not because you used to think that way, but because you don't think that way anymore. Okay? Now, having that frame of mind is like a businessman, okay, saying, I'll invest $10,000 in a bakery or a dress shop, whatever. If the bakery does well, then I will take it seriously. If you put $20,000 into a bakery, would you go away and say, you go ahead. If that makes money, then I'll take it seriously. Would that business make money? No. Nope. No, you take it seriously first. You take it seriously first, then the business will make money. Okay? But again, people don't think that this is a business. What I'm trying to say here, folks, is don't take it for granted. Don't think, okay, that just because you've purchased a coin, that's it. That's the most you can get out of Gold Quest, an Olympic set, or a papal coin, or a dragon coin. There's a lot more. Take it seriously first, then it will prosper. The Gold Quest business must be treated like any other business, seriously. Okay? It's not going to move if you don't involve yourself in it. Okay? So don't be the type of guy that's going to be talking to people about Gold Quest and tell them, no, you don't have to do anything. Okay? Don't be. In fact, I have how do you call this? A friend who starts her presentations. Yes, I'm going to show you a business, but before I show you the business, I want to explain that there's going to be a lot of hard work. You're going to experience a lot of rejection. You're going to experience a lot of disappointment. You're going to have to learn how to get over that disappointment. Sometimes it'll be depressing. How's that for a start? Then she says, would you like me to continue? Because if you're not willing to go through all of these, then let's not talk anymore. That's how she starts. That's how she starts. I know that's a bit contrary to the way some other people start, with the, oh, you don't have to do anything, oh, No. You let people know this is a business. You have to take it seriously. The only way you're going to make it prosper is if you get involved. I remember my grandmother always used to tell me the best fertilizer for a farm is the farmer's feet. There's some of you who are looking at me like, you have to actually walk the farm. You have to be there. You have to plow. You have to plant. You have to fertilize. The best fertilizer for a farm is the farmer's feet. If you expect this business to take off, if you expect others to take you seriously, you must take the business seriously. Okay, number 2, doubt is a big killer of this business. Okay? This is a faith business, like any business. When you open up a restaurant, you have faith in your recipes, in your chef's ability to duplicate these recipes and churn out the good food every day. You know what I'm saying? And finally, you have the faith, okay, that your food is so good that people will talk about it and refer people into your restaurant. So, you know what I'm saying? Business is a faith endeavor. Okay? It's no different with Gold Quest. It's a faith business. Now, when a businessman starts his business, is he making money right away? No, he's not. Right? But he has the faith that he will. Now, it's very, very important. Also here in Gold Quest, when you started, did you have 2,000 people in your organization? Did you already have your weekly checks and cycle coins coming in? No, but you saw the plan, you saw the feasibility of it, you saw others succeeding in this business, and you say, I have faith that I can build this business the way so-and-so has, right? That's why we came in. And it's this same faith, it's this same conviction in the business that helps you discuss this business with other people. Doubt is a killer, okay, because it eats away at your faith. That's why when you are new in the business, okay, or if you have somebody new in the business who's in your organization, always warn them, stay away from dream stealers. There's many of them, believe me. They're what we call dream stealers. How many of you have met these kind of people? Oh, you know what? In 10 years, if I build this business properly, then, oh, you'll never amount to anything. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, right? And they're all over the place. Really, stay away from people like this. Stay away from them. If you're presenting the business to someone and you're a newcomer, don't get into arguments. And pass this down. The moment somebody starts to argue with you, okay, then just say, I'm sorry, no offense. Okay, I was hoping that you'd be interested in a very, very good opportunity that's been working for people. But hey, if you don't like it, great. Let's go play bowling or something. Don't get into arguments unless you will be the one doing the influencing. I have seen it happen many, many, many times. Where somebody will come in all on fire. Whoa! Cycling every day. We're not talking about bicycling. And then he comes and he talks to his uncle. Uncle, guess what? Oh man, I have friends who got burned in that industry. Oh, did you know that there's 3 companies like that closed? Really? What? Oh, but this company is different. No, it's not. They're all the same. Look at the directors. Look at them. Look at them. Shows them the profile. And this guy who was excited a few minutes ago walks away. Maybe my uncle's right. Maybe I made a mistake. The moment you get in front of somebody like that, oops, sorry, no offense, I'd rather not talk about it, and just walk away. Stay away from people like that, because believe you me, there will be people who will be like that. For every one person that you will find that will embrace the vision that is Gold Quest, you will find 20 others who will tell you, you're nuts. And you know why? Have you ever wondered why there's so many people like this? Have you ever wondered? Because it's the cowardly thing to do. It doesn't take any courage to accept where you are. And you know how you are in life. As the harsh realities of life start setting into your life, your dreams start, you know what I'm saying? Your goals and your standards start getting lower and lower and lower. You know what I'm saying? I've been through that. I know. And I know I'm not the only one in the room tonight. And finally, they're at the point where they're so low, where the only goal you have is as long as I don't end up in debt. Right? What happened to our lofty ambitions in college and in high school? Reality sets in. There's many, many people like that. Now, it takes absolutely no courage to accept. It takes absolutely no courage to look at somebody and say, what you're doing is useless. In other words, what they're saying is, how dare you think that you can rise above everybody else when you're just one of us? That's the reason why there's so many people like that. They've just resigned themselves to the fact that, this is as far as I'm going, and I might as well learn how to live with it. I might as well learn how to be happy. I might as well learn to accept my fate. That's why there's so many people like that. It takes no courage. It takes a lot of courage to do what you guys are doing. It takes a lot of courage to say, I'm sick of the system, I'm sick of financial worry, I'm sick of somebody owning my life, I'm going to do something about it. And you know why it takes a lot of courage? Because when you don't achieve it, it hurts. Doesn't it hurt when you dream for something and you don't get it? That's why it takes a lot of courage. Those people would rather not dream anymore. And that's why there's so many of them out there. Stay away from people like that. They will sap your spirit, they will sap your energy. Hang around the people that are rabid about Gold Quest. Hang around the people that stay in the office until 4:30 doing the business. Always remember the SW principle. Some will, some won't, so what? Someone else is waiting. I walk away from some meetings going SW to myself. Some people will come in, some people will see the vision, some people won't. So what? Don't take it personally. Go to the next guy. This guy doesn't see the vision and the opportunity, so what? Go to the next guy. But let me tell you one thing. Just the fact that you're going around getting a bunch of no's, okay? Believe me, once you start succeeding in the business, all these people that used to say no, when they see you taking your family out more often, right? When they see you coming home earlier to your children and to be with your wives and your husbands. When they see you driving a new car, they're going to say, wait a minute, what's this guy up to? Oh yeah, remember the business I was talking to you about? In other words, what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid of no's. Don't be afraid of people telling you no. Because as you succeed, okay, as you succeed, more and more people are going to look and say, hey, it really does work. Another principle that's not here is money is relative. The more money you have, the more relatives you have. No, I was just kidding. What I'm trying to say is, but you know, I mean, let's face it. There's different sets of rules for people, right? We have some wacko out in the street, you know, who's crazed and everything, and you know, he eats 10 million hot dogs a day with peanut butter on them. The guy or beggar say, look at that crazy old fellow, right? But if the guy lived in IOI, which is a very nice a posh place here in Malaysia, no, he's not crazy, he's eccentric. Right? You know how everything changes, but that's the way it is. Once you start to succeed, people take notice. People take notice. They say, hey, what is this? What is this guy doing? What is he doing that I'm not? That's what I'm saying. The more no's you get, the more people are going to be watching you. How many have people watching them right now? How many? If you can't raise your hand, that means you haven't talked to enough people. Really. Nobody has 100% success rate. The reason I want to point this out is that so you don't get discouraged. I always talk about the money that I made as a customer. There's some of you that know. I made 15,000 US my first 4 weeks as a customer in this business. And I talked to 2 people. I referred 2 people. Ferdy on my left and my cousin on my right. We'll talk about that tomorrow in more detail. But I never talk about the 50 people that told me I was nuts. I never talk about the 50 people that told me this company would never make it. I never talk about the 50 people that told me this company would run away, etc., etc., etc. Nobody has 100% success rate. Up to this day, I don't have 100% success rate. VJ, our managing director, when he talks, still doesn't have 100% success rate. Dexter Yeager doesn't have 100% success rate. Mark Yarnell doesn't have 100% success rate. Big Al, not our own Big Al here, the one we read about, doesn't have 100% success rate. But are they successful? Yes. The reason I want to point this out is not so that you're happy that you're getting rejected. Okay, I mean, that's not the point in this whole exercise. I'm just trying to say it's part of the process. Okay, it's part of success. And it doesn't mean that because you get rejected that you will fail. Doesn't mean that. It just means you're getting better. Rejection is part of this business. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Instead of getting discouraged, learn from the experience. Why? Why did the person not see the business opportunity? Why did the person that I'm talking to, why did my friend, why did my uncle, why did my cousin not see the vision? Instead of going home, sitting down, moping about it, oh no, I'm going to throw away all my brochures, I'm never going to go into that webpage again, never going to attend another meeting again. Instead of getting discouraged, sit down, analyze. Why? What didn't I do right? Don't focus on your rejection. Focus on why. What can I do next time so that I won't be rejected? The biggest reason, however, for me why doubt, okay, is such a killer is the word influence. This is an influence business, okay? I had a friend a few years back who came up to my wife and myself and you know, during a party And she noticed that our children were very, very obedient. They would follow what we say. We'd say do this, and they would. We'd say do that, and they would. We'd say, Topper, go look at, see if your sister's okay in the back. Oh, yes, yes, Mike. He'd drop what he was doing, and go. And a friend came up to me and said, Joe, you're so lucky. I said, why? Because you still have influence over your children. I said, what do you mean? Because my children, I don't have any influence over them anymore. No matter what I say, I don't have any influence. I said, you're wrong. I said, you and your wife have influence over your children, whether you're aware of it or not. You're just not looking. I mean, think about it. If you're a parent, how many parents do we have here? Okay. Isn't it great? Isn't being a parent one of the nicest things on this earth? Anyway, can you imagine you're a father and you go home and I don't know, you go out and buy 100 cases of beer a day and sit in front of the TV and drink 10 cases of beer every day. What are you telling your child? What are you telling your son? When you grow old, when you become a man, this is how you should act. Hey ladies, stop laughing. I got something for you guys too. When you're at home as a wife, they're going, uh-oh. And your husband comes home after a hard day's work, and you're there, why only now? I told you to go to the grocery. I'm not going to cook dinner for you. You go and... What you're telling your daughter, hey wait, the serious side is what you're telling your daughter, right, is when you grow up and you have a husband, this is the way you should treat him. You have influence over your children whether you're aware of it or not. That's what I was telling my friend. It's the same thing in this business. You have an influence over your organization. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you even care to think about it. If your organization looked like this, you'll always be the standard bearer of that network. Of course, if you build properly, it's not going to end there. But you will always be the apex of that network. You will always be the standard bearer. You'll always be the one that people look to. They're not going to look at your leaders. They're going to look at you. Haron's the one who, referred me to this business. How's he doing? What's he doing? What's his frame of mind? When you doubt, your influence filters down. Can you imagine having your two who are so excited? Hey, guess what? I'm going to, I love this business so much. I have so much freedom. I've never made so much money in my life. I think I'm going to do this full time. Then you come up to these two going, hey, wait. Maybe that's not a wise thing to do. Maybe it's not a wise thing to, put all your eggs in one basket. Don't resign from your job. What do you think is going to happen to these two? Are they going to go home, like Bravehearts? No, hey, wait, does Joe know something we don't? Does he know something? Or wait a minute, maybe, you see what I'm saying? So what do you think they're going to tell their leaders? Hey, wait, we better have a meeting. We should meet with Joe. There's something wrong here. Why? What do you mean there's something wrong? Oh, we were thinking of doing this full time and Joe discouraged us from doing it. Oh my gosh, we better tell our leaders too. You see what I'm saying? That filters down. You influence your organization whether you're aware of it or not. The only question, folks, is, are you a positive influence or are you a negative influence? Think about your activities the last 2-3 months. Have you been a positive influence or have you been a negative influence? Remember I said, some of the stuff I'm going to say is going to hurt a little bit. What seeds have you sown the last 2, 3, 4 months? For the ones who sowed negative seeds, well, they're probably feeling it right now. But for the ones who sowed positive seeds, we've been having some problems with a few members of the press in this country, right? And there have been many, many people that have been, oh, you know, the Chicken Littles, the sky is falling, oh, the world is ending. But there are people in this room whose incomes have gone up. These are the people that are saying, yep. What kind of influence are you to your organization? Positive or negative? Okay? Now always remember, positive down. Anything positive, pass it down. Anything positive. Hey, I cycled. Hey, I got my first coin. Hey, did you know the company, just became a distributor of the Royal Australian Mint? Hey, did you know that Vijay and Japadas just came from the Vatican and had an audience with the Pope? Anything positive, pass it down. Anything negative, pass it up. Go to your leader and say, hey, my check was delayed. Hey, how come there was this article? Hey, my genealogy was wrong. Hey, can I give away a big secret? The company makes mistakes. Can you name me one that doesn't? I know organizations similar to ours that have been around for 20, 30 years and they still make mistakes. Not because they want to, but because it's part of it. No matter what you say, no matter how high tech you get, there is still the human factor. And let's face it, we err. If you think that by joining this organization that there will never be a mistake made, well, you're going to be set up for disappointment. But one thing I think we can all attest to is the mistakes are getting less and less as this company gets older and older. Thank you. So always remember, let's all say it together. Positive down, negative up. Anything negative, take up to your leader. Take it up to a director. Take it up to one of the staff if you have a representative office where you are. Number 3, they don't invest time to be trained to master the business. They don't invest in time. Doesn't it make sense that in order to succeed in this business, one must study all the aspects of the business? I mean, doesn't that make perfect logical sense? I know a lot of people that are saying yes, but then have never done anything about it. If you expect to make it in this business, master the business. If you want to put up a bakery, learn to bake bread. I don't know how simple I can be. How much more simple I can get, rather. Master all the aspects of this business, because the more you know, the better off you're going to be. Learn everything you can about number 1, the company, the industry. What kind of industry are we in? How did this start? What year did it start? What principles does this industry espouse? Have you ever thought about that? One thing I love so much about this industry is the free enterprise that it promotes. I'm telling you, the more you study this industry, some people call it MLM, some people call it direct selling, some people call it, now it's referral selling. But whatever you want to call it, this industry has changed a lot of people's lives. Study it. The more you study it, the more excited you get. The more I study the industry, the more excited. You know why? Because I know I'm at the forefront. This kind of business, everybody is getting involved in. MasterCard, Visa card, they now have the member get member programs, which is basically, hey, I'm referring you to MasterCard because they're a good company. It's the oldest business in the book. You go to a restaurant, you like the food, you refer your friends. They go there, they like the food, they bring in their friends. You watch a movie, you